Hey, glad you're here. Let me tell you what it actually feels like when you bring the LG S80TR into your space, because it surprised me more than I expected. This is for the person who's done settling for flat, lifeless TV audio. Someone who knows they care about immersion, even if they tried to convince themselves otherwise for years. If you've ever replayed a favorite movie scene wishing it felt bigger, fuller, more real, this is the moment where that finally changes. Before I get too deep into it, check the link below for current price and stock. This one moves fast. You know that point where you realize the sound from your TV just isn't keeping up with the quality of the picture anymore? That was me. I had this beautiful display, but every explosion, every soundtrack, every quiet whisper felt like it was stuck behind a wall. The upgrade wasn't about specs. It was about finally admitting I'd outgrown the compromise phase. The first night with this setup, I felt this weird sense of relief. You know when you've been living with something mediocre for so long that you forget how good things are supposed to feel? The moment the sound filled the room, I knew I wasn't going back. The rear surrounds didn't sound like speakers. They sounded like the room shifted. The wireless sub didn't rattle the walls just to prove a point. It added weight, depth, intention. And once you feel audio wrap around you like that, every weaker option feels like a downgrade you can't unhear. Picture this, you're watching a movie you've seen a dozen times. Suddenly the score blooms behind you. The dialogue settles perfectly in front. Raindrops move across the ceiling with Dolby Atmos in a way that makes you glance up because your brain thinks it's real. Or maybe you're gaming late at night, and the low-end kick makes every action feel more physical without blowing out your neighbors. Even normal TV becomes more cinematic. You feel it more than you hear it. If you've been hovering, don't wait for stock swings or those random price jumps. Check the link now before the numbers shift. And yeah, everyone has doubts before upgrading sound. Maybe you're wondering if it's too much for your room, or if you'll actually notice the height channels, or if setup will be a headache. I had all of those thoughts. What you realize is that this system adapts better than you expect. The tuning pulls the pieces together so the sound feels intentional, not overwhelming. And the height detail is one of those things you don't notice until you suddenly can't imagine watching movies without it. My biggest surprise was how much cleaner late-night listening became. You get all the richness and presence without needing to crank the volume. That's what makes it feel premium. It respects your space. And honestly, you feel different when you own something built like this. There's a confidence that comes with knowing your setup finally matches your taste. You're not chasing the next cheap fix. You're stepping into the level you always wanted. Warm room-filling immersion, deeper emotional presence, cleaner dialogue clarity, a soundstage that makes TV feel cinematic, a system that disappears into your room visually. The only real downside is that it makes lesser content feel noticeably flat. And the sub can feel strong in very small rooms until you dial it in. But at some point, all the comparison charts and second guessing don't help. You already know when something is right for you, and this is one of those upgrades you don't want to delay and regret later. If you're ready for sound that finally matches the quality of what you watch, hit the link below and check the current price.